Alright, so first, you've probably noticed the different thumbnail style on this video, and I want to give a shout out to Fluffy for making it for me. Thank you for that, Fluffy. I really do appreciate it. I will leave a link to his channel in the description below. You should go check him out, and I would recommend subscribing to him. He is very good at Save the World, and he has some really great videos where he solos MSK, does some solo MSK challenges, solos Frostnite. So yeah, definitely go and check out his channel. Alright, so in this video, I wanted to talk about Frostnite, which is the next event that's coming up in about a month, a little less than a month now. So if you don't know what Frostnite is, it is arguably the best game mode in all of Save the World. You start off with no mats, no weapons, no traps. You have to go out and farm for everything that you're going to use. And you have to protect a blue glow burner and keep it burning with blue glow. So you have to go out and farm that. And then you protect it against 20 waves of enemies. Kind of like a mini endurance of sorts, I guess. But yeah, anyways, it's incredibly fun. And so it is going to come when the next season rotates on, I think, November 20th. So, there's a few things that you're going to want to do so that you're ready to run Frostnite on day one. And the first thing is, like I always say, finish out your venture season, right? Let's level up to level 50 and finish all of your ventures quests so that you're not missing out on any superchargers. All right, and with that, you also want to do this Wolfie Business quest line. So from this quest line, you get this hero, Dyer. And what he does is here. So his support perk is that during the nighttime, he increases your movement speed by 25%. And the thing with Frostnite is it is always considered nighttime. So when you have him on support, you always get this movement speed bonus. So it's kind of like you're holding a Baron all the time, just for free. So you definitely want to get him before this season rotates. All right, and that leads me to the loadouts that you're going to want to use in Frostnite. So there's really two kind of main loadouts that you want to use. One is a constructor loadout, right, because you're defending the burner. And another one is an outlander loadout, right, because you're going out and you have to farm a bunch. So for the constructor loadout, this is the one that I use. It's base Kyle in the lead, recycling team perk, mega base Kyle, power base Nox, Dyer for the movement speed, Crossbones Barrett for coconuts, because you're going out and farming and searching things a bunch. So his coconuts will give you increased damage and also heal you from the storm, because the storm closes in on you during Frostnite. And then Pathfinder Jess. Since you're going out and farming a bunch, she will help you speed up your farming. Right? And then gadgets are Slowfield and Supply Drop. And for the Outlander loadout, this is the one I use. It's Archaeologess in the lead, Blast from the Past, Team Perk, Fossil Southie, Prehistoric Isa, Clip, Dyer, again for movement speed, and then again Crossbones Barrett for the coconuts. And then same gadgets as before, Slowfield and Supply Drop. All right, so other things that you're going to want to do from now until Frostnite is try to get trap durability survivors, because since you have to protect for 20 waves, you want your traps to last as long as possible, because to replace them means you have to go out and farm more materials to craft more. So the higher trap durability you have, the less farming you need to do, sort of. Also lets you have more damage perks on your traps, because by wave 20, you're going to be facing, it's like power level 300 plus husks and smashers and stuff. So you're going to want those damage perks on your traps instead of all these durability perks. So yeah, you want to try to get, max trap durability, right? Just trap dura on all your stuff, trap dura like crazy. And you're going to want to aim for this trap durability. The max is just 292%, right? Without without Machinist Harper on your loadouts. That's another thing. You don't want to waste one of your hero support slots with Machinist Harper. It's better used for those other heroes I showed. Right, so every day on the daily missions, check to see if there are any legendary survivor missions, and yeah, do those. Right, so try to get as many Trapdoor survivors as you can, and then also, if you want to farm dungeons for where is the map here? If you want to farm dungeons to get candy to buy the Fortnite llamas, you can also get legendary survivors in these llamas. So yeah, you can do that too. All right, and then in terms of traps, I mean, you should already have like all the trap schematics, and try to have them all god rolled, because you don't get to bring anything into Frostnite with you. You can only craft the schematics that you have. So you want to make sure that you have all the trap schematics ready, perked up the way that they should be perked. I'll probably show another video with trap perks and stuff like that. That's just going to take too long for this. Yeah, so make sure you've got all your stuff god rolled and perked, ready for Frostnite. And weapon schematics. So I guess the most important weapons, at least to me, are your Xenon bow. That's just kind of your standard weapon that you always use. Obliterators, right? So in Frostnite, you're going to use defenders, and the best ones are obviously sniper defenders. Give them all obliterators. So if you don't have this, you can get this from the collection book for Flux. So if you need to, save up a couple weeks of Flux. And where is it? I think it's down here. Military weapons, obliterator, and yeah, so here you can research it with Flux. So, there's, I think, at least 3 weeks left before Frostnite comes, 3 or 4 weeks. So, yeah, just save a couple weeks of Flux, get an obliterator if you don't have it already. And the potshot, right? If you don't have this yet, this is definitely a good weapon to use. There's a couple waves of like almost all smashers in Frostnite, and so obviously the potshot is a great weapon to use against them. And if you don't have a potshot, this Jabberwocky is one of the weapons that just happens to show up in the item shop, the weekly item shop, pretty often, I guess. Like, I think I have like you see here, I have 4 copies, one for every element, plus I have one in the collection book. I might even have one unleveled up down here, maybe, I don't know, but it shows up a lot. So if you see the Jabberwocky from now, between now and Frostnite, definitely pick it up, right? Because if you, depending on how you build your trap tunnels, you can get a bunch of smashers in there, and Jabberwocky is actually really good. So yeah, that's another one that you want to get. And I think that's it. I mean, you can use your favorite weapon if you want, but those are probably the best ones. The Xenon bow, obliterator, potshot, and Jabberwocky. Oh, and this, I almost forgot, the epic Baron schematic. So if you see a Wild West llama in the daily shop, definitely try to get yourself a Baron schematic. And even better is if it's an epic Baron schematic. And I've already talked about this on a couple videos. So the reason why the epic Baron schematic is better than the legendary one in Frostnite is because legendary weapons require this power cell to craft. And power cells are hard to get in Frostnite. But epic weapons only require these rotating gizmos. So you can spend the first, 1 or 2 power cells that you find on your actual weapons, like your Xenon bow or your potshot, and then you can still also craft your Baron from these rotating gizmos. So if you see a Wild West llama with an epic Baron schematic in it, definitely pick it up if you don't have one already, and do not upgrade it to legendary. So for Frostnite, it is better than legendary because who cares about this 6 perk on your Baron, and also who cares about the damage? You're not going to be bonking things with your Baron. Yeah, and then also because you cannot research the Epic Baron schematic, right? So if you go down here and you say, I'll just research it. If you go down to the steampunk weapons, you cannot research the Epic Baron schematic. You can only research the legendary one. So there's no other way to get this except for that Wild West llama, or a birthday llama if you're lucky. But yeah, I think that's about it that I wanted to talk about. Yeah. So yeah. All right. I'm gonna try to post more videos more often. It's just been a really busy time for me lately, so I apologize for that, and I will definitely try to be posting more videos more often, especially with Frostnite coming up. Once Frostnite comes up, I'm going to try to get some like build tutorials and quest guides and tips and stuff, because there's a lot going on when Frostnite comes out. Alright, so if you like this content and want to support the channel, please use code Diggy in the item shop. I really appreciate it. And thank you to everyone who has used it. I will leave a link to my Discord in the description and probably pin it in the top comment. So if you ever want to get a hold of me, that's the best way to reach me. Alright, I will talk to you all later. See you guys in the next video. Peace.